the KMNN studios, this is the Kids Morning News Network.
Good morning and happy Friday. It's June 14th, 2024. I'm Alex in the KMNN studio in New York. Breaking news this morning in the food world. If you like spicy food and you like ramen noodles, yes, there's something you should know. The country of Denmark has banned a certain kind of ramen noodles for being too spicy. Officials say the noodles are so spicy they could poison people who eat them. So what is spice? What makes something taste spicy? It's all thanks to a chemical called capsaicin. Imagine tiny fire alarms on your tongue. Those are your nerves. When you eat a pepper, especially the seeds and the white parts on the inside, those are loaded with capsaicin, and it sets those alarms off. Basically, capsaicin tricks your brain. Your brain thinks there's actually a fire in your mouth, or that your mouth is being hurt somehow, even though it's not. That's why your mouth feels like it's burning. Different peppers have different amounts of capsaicin. Jalapenos have a little. I know they're spicy, but relatively not that much. Habaneros have a lot. Ghost peppers have even more. The more capsaicin, the spicier the pepper. The ramen noodles that are banned by Denmark are about 2 or 3 times as spicy as a jalapeno. Need to tame the heat? Water won't help much because capsaicin is oil-based, so it pushes water away. Get out of here, water. Try milk or yogurt or even some cheese. The fat helps bind with the capsaicin and wash it away. So the next time you grab a spicy snack and break out in a sweat, remember, it's all a fun trick your taste buds and brain are playing on you. When you call your dog by its name, does it respond? How about your cat? Your goldfish? Do any of them have a name for you? A new study that just came out this week says that African elephants actually have names for each other. Biologists followed the elephants across the savannah in Kenya and recorded all the elephant calls, which are low rumbles that can be heard a long way away by other elephants. Some of them are actually so low that people can't even hear them. The scientists also watched how other elephants reacted to the calls. Well, when they fed this data into a computer, the computer was able to listen to an elephant call and guess which elephant would respond. It worked. When elephants heard calls that contained what the biologists figured out was their name, they reacted more than they did to other calls. Now, elephants aren't alone in naming each other. Baby dolphins come up with a one-of-a-kind whistle that is basically their name, and parrots may also use names. So the next time you meet an elephant, be polite. Introduce yourself and ask for their name. If you've been listening to this podcast over the past week, you've heard a lot about the SpaceKids Press Squad contest. It's a free trip to the Kennedy Space Center. Now, the day to enter was today, but if you haven't had time, I've got some breaking news that's good news. The deadline is being extended from today to next Friday. So now you've got another week to get your grown-up to help and go to spacekids.global to read the rules and enter. It's riddle time. Wednesday's riddle was, I'm not alive, but I grow bigger. I don't breathe, but I need air. What am I? Answer, a balloon. Today's riddle is, I have hands that can't hold anything and a face that can't smile. What am I? I have hands that can't hold anything and a face that can't smile. What am I? Answer, on Monday. Well, today is Flag Day here in the U.S. This is the day back in 1777 that the Second Continental Congress, which was basically the government during the Revolutionary War, decided what our flag would look like. Before that, the colonists who were breaking away from England flew a whole bunch of different flags. The Continental Army flew a flag with red and white stripes, but instead of stars in the corner, it had the British flag. So the Continental Congress wrote, "The flag of the 13 United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation." But do you notice anything missing from that description? It doesn't say anything about how the flag should be laid out. The stripes could be up and down. The stars on the blue field could be right in the middle. Well, the Continental Congress came up with some basic rules, but otherwise left everyone a lot of room for how to do things, which, when you think about it, is a lot like the Constitution. These guys who started the country were really into giving people a lot of room to do things their own way. Anyway, after that, the colonists came up with a whole bunch of different versions of 13 stripes and 13 stars. So what do the stars and stripes mean? Well, people have said they mean different things. When the Continental Congress adopted the flag on this day, back in 1777, they not only didn't say how the flag should be laid out, they didn't say that the colors or shapes meant anything in particular. So it's kind of up to you. What do they mean to you? Let me know. Get your grown up to help and shoot me an email at kidsmorningnews@gmail.com. Quite a bit going on in the weather today. Southwest, you'll want to think about indoor recess because it's still hot. Further west, the Southern California coast could see some June gloom this morning. Up in the Pacific Northwest, rain on the coast. Showers moving east across the plains today, and in the northeast from Virginia right up through Maine. In Florida, I know you've been getting a lot of rain this week, but it could be an indoor recess kind of day for you too. All right, that's the show. Thank you very much for listening and have a great weekend. If you missed the extended video interview with Sharon Hagel from SpaceKids Global, head on over to the Kids Morning News Network YouTube channel and check it out. And subscribe to this show so you get all the new episodes. Grown-ups, if you'd like to become a supporter, there is a link in the episode description. I'll be back on Monday, and I hope you are too. From the KMNN Newsroom, this is Alex, signing off.